Hey mathematicians, and gear up, as today we talk about how to compare unit fractions by reasoning about their size using fraction strips. That's just a fancy way of saying we're going to use fraction strips to help us compare fractions today. Let's get into it with our I will statements.
Remember, your I will statements are your goals for this lesson. They are what we are trying to work on and learn more about throughout our time together today. As we continue on in our lesson, make sure you have your mind focused on these three things and showing them to your teacher. I will read the I will statement first, and then we will read it again a second time together. Make sure you're reading it nice and loudly so I can hear you, but no shouting necessary.
Listen as I read the first one. I will draw and color fractions on a fraction strip. Read that one with me. I will draw and color fractions on a fraction strip. Let's look at the second one. Listen first. I will compare fractions. Read that one with me. I will compare fraction. And our last one for today, mathematicians. I will define unit fractions. Read that one with me. I will define unit fractions. Let's get into it with our warm-up for today. For this activity, I am going to show you a fraction. I will show you a whiteboard with the fraction on it, and I'll read the fraction out loud to you. Once I read the fraction, I will count down 3, 2, 1, go. Once I say go, you have to make a decision. You stand up if you think the fraction you see is bigger than 1. You stay seated if you think the fraction you see is smaller than 1. Let's practice now. The first one for this activity is going to be 1/2. 3, 2, 1, go. You should be seated right now. 1/2 is smaller than 1/2. So you want to be sitting down. If 1/2 or the number I give you is bigger than 1, then you would stand up. Let's do a few more. But we're going to go a little bit faster. The next fraction is 3/2. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. You should be standing right now. 3/2 is bigger than 1/2. Our next one, 5/4. 3, 2, 1, go. You should be, drum roll, standing right now. Do a little jump if you're standing. Nice job. Our next one is 3/4. 3, 2, 1, go. 3/4 is smaller than 1. You should be seated. You should be sitting in your seats. The next one is 3/7. 3, 2, 1, go. 3/7 is smaller than 1. You should still be in your seats. 2 more. Ready? Let's do 5/3. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 5/3 is bigger than 1. You should be standing up right now. Nice job. And our last one. Ready? 5/2. 3, 2, 1, go. You should be standing. 5/2 is bigger than or greater than the number 1/2. Nice job, mathematicians. Do a little dance and take a seat as we get ready for today's activity. For this activity, we're going to need to grab a few items. First, we want to grab our folded fraction strips that we made. You should have halves, thirds, fourths, sixths, and eighths. Grab those as well as your personal whiteboards and a marker, and you'll each need a set of greater than, less than, or equal cards from your teacher. Pause the video and grab those now. Lay your folded strips out in front of you. Look at the different units on your folded strips and take a minute to arrange the strips in order from the largest to smallest units. That means you're going to place your strips just like I have them placed on the board here. You'll start with halves, then thirds, fourths, sixths, and eighths. If we are going to look at these different fraction strips, there's different observations that we can notice about the units. The eighths are the smallest units, even though the number 8 is the biggest. When the whole is folded into its individual units, each of the little 8 squares are going to be small. If you were to fold the halves, you're only going to fold it in half once, giving you a bigger space. Let's look and compare two of the other fractions. Let's look at 1/2 and 1/3. If we want to decide what unit fraction is larger, we just need to look at one of the squares and see which one has a bigger square. If we were looking at 1/2 and 1/3, pull those two fraction strips out now, we can see that 1/2 has a bigger square or unit fraction compared to 1/3. If I wanted to think about splitting something up between different friends, if I split it up between 2 people, we're going to get larger pieces of whatever that thing is. Compared to if I have to split it between 3 people, that means we're going to get smaller pieces. So the fewer pieces you split it up into, the larger the unit fraction. You are going to continue to explore your fraction strips and think more about what unit fractions are going to be bigger. You'll use different models that are outside just our fraction strips to help you model fractions and compare the different amounts. Think about and put yourself in the shoes of these problems, just like I did there. Rather split it up with 2 people than 3. Think about fractions in the real world. The next problem you guys will work on involves pizza. One of my favorite foods. I'll talk to you soon, mathematicians.